let's talk about the Dagda and some of his names. In what is often referred to as Section 93 of the Second Battle of Moytura, we see the Dagda in a situation where he reveals a decent amount of names. So in this section, the Dagda meets with the unnamed daughter of Indek, who requests that the Dagda carry her on his back to her father's house. And the Dagda tells her that he has a geis, that he cannot do so unless she refers to him by his name. Now, for those who don't know, a geis is kind of like a magical forbiddance in the Irish cycles, which there are some that apply to everyone, such as, eating dog meat or refusing hospitality is just a general geis. Meanwhile, a lot of people have very personal geishes, and this seems to be the case for the Dagda. So the daughter of Indek says, "What's your name?" And the Dagda responds, "Fair Behen." Now, Fair Behen has two meanings that is often applied to it. One is horned man, which could be descriptive. It could be that he had horns or antlers, and this is descriptive. And the second meaning is basically man of peaks, which a lot of the times is also descriptive, but also may be attributed this, along with Horned One, to being with his association with lightning. So she tries to get on the Dagda's back, and he basically responds, "Alright, that's not my name." And he seems to be making something of a game out of this. And, the daughter of Indek is amused by this, though also frustrated, and so again asks, "What's your name?" And he responds with Fair Behen Bruch. Now, the interesting thing about this and, kind of Irish languages in general is that the more words that are in something, it changes the context of all of the other words, especially if it's a name or an adjective. This name effectively means fat-bellied one, which is very apt for the Dagda, both in general and very specifically in this point of the saga, as, in an earlier part, he's described as being cauldron-shaped in his belly to the point of mockery by the Fomorians. She tries to get on his back again, and still he says, "Well, that's not my name." And depending on which version you're reading, it's very possible that she beats the Dagda up. But in any case, she asks, "Alright, what's your name?" And then we get this wall of text. Now, it's heavily debated what this full thing means. Individual words have been kind of scrambled about, and there's been a bunch of theories, but I cannot with 100% certainty, especially with my very limited knowledge of the language, give you a definitive answer. And that seems to be the name that the geis no longer applies. It's also interesting to note, especially as a warning for people who might not like this kind of literature in this way, but as, she is on his back and so forth, the Dagda takes her as a mistress, pretty much then and there. And in a lot of folklore, this unnamed daughter of Indek is one of the three women that the Dagda does the ritualistic horizontal tango that happens every Samhain, along with An Morrigan and Boand. So yes, if you look up even this individual section on its own, smexual content. It's also the Dagda, so you shouldn't be very surprised. And this unnamed daughter of Boand would later, after basically being like, "You will not go to this battle," and he goes, "Yeah, I will," and eventually she pulls an An Morrigan. And during the Second Battle of Moytura, the daughter of Indek sings spells and performs the art of the wand against the Fomorian, and she alone battles the entirety of the 9th part of the Fomorian host. I know this might have been a long video for attention spans, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.